10 items you'll get confiscated at cruise check-in that nobody warns you about. Think you've packed smart for your cruise? Think again. Security at cruise terminals isn't playing games, and they're confiscating items from passengers who thought they knew the rules. Some of these might surprise you. Others will make you question everything you thought you knew about cruise packing. From seemingly innocent household items to things you'd never expect to cause problems, we're exposing the 10 most commonly seized items that could derail your vacation before it even starts. Whether you're a first-time cruiser or you've sailed dozens of times, this isn't just about following rules. It's about avoiding those awkward moments at security, the frustration of losing items you spent money on, and the delays that could make you miss your ship entirely. Because here's what cruise lines don't advertise in their glossy brochures. Their security protocols are stricter than most airports, and they're designed to catch things you'd never think twice about bringing. In this video, we're breaking down exactly what gets flagged, why these items are banned, and most importantly, how to pack like a pro who never gets stopped at security. Stick around because item number 7 involves something almost everyone brings, and item number 10 could literally get you turned away at the terminal. Let's dive in. Number 1. Surge Protector Power Strips. You know those handy power strips with surge protection that you rely on at home? Leave them behind. Cruise security will snatch these faster than you can say bon voyage. The problem isn't the multiple outlets, it's that surge protection feature. Cruise ships have their own electrical systems, and surge protectors can actually interfere with the ship's safety equipment. But here's the thing nobody tells you. You can bring power strips, just not ones with surge protection. Look for basic power strips without any surge protection features. They're usually cheaper anyway. Even better, pack a USB charging hub instead. These little devices let you charge multiple phones, tablets, and cameras without taking up precious outlet space in your tiny cabin. The confusion comes because different cruise lines word this rule differently. Some say no power strips at all, others specify no surge protectors. When in doubt, check your specific cruise line's prohibited items list. Trust me, it's better to be safe than to watch security toss your expensive power strip in the trash. Number 2. Clothing irons. That wrinkled shirt isn't worth the hassle of bringing your own iron. Cruise ships ban personal clothing irons because they're legitimate fire hazards in small cabin spaces. The combination of hot metal, limited space, and rocking motion creates the perfect storm for accidents. Instead, here's what experienced cruisers do. Pack wrinkle-release spray and hang your clothes in the bathroom while you shower. The steam works wonders. Most ships also offer laundry services, though they're pricey. Some newer ships even have self-service laundry rooms with irons you can use. Pro tip: if you absolutely must have wrinkle-free clothes, pack a small handheld steamer instead. These are usually allowed because they don't have exposed heating elements like traditional irons. Just double-check with your cruise line first. Number 3. Extension cords. You'd think a simple extension cord would be harmless, right? Wrong. Most cruise lines prohibit extension cords entirely, even basic ones without surge protection. The issue is that extension cords can create trip hazards in narrow cabin spaces and hallways. The workaround is strategic packing. Bring devices with longer charging cables instead of trying to extend your reach with cords. USB cables come in lengths up to 10 feet, which is usually enough for any cruise cabin. You can also request a cabin near power outlets when booking, though this isn't always possible. Some cruise lines allow specific types of extension cords like those under 3 feet long, but the rules vary so much that it's easier to just avoid them altogether. Security doesn't want to measure your cord length, so they'll often just confiscate anything that looks like an extension cord. Number 4. Candles and incense. Romance might be in the air, but open flames are absolutely forbidden on cruise ships. This includes birthday candles, aromatherapy candles, incense sticks, and even those fancy wax melts that require flame to light. Fire safety on ships is no joke, and even the smallest flame can trigger sensitive smoke detection systems. The alternative? Battery-operated candles have come a long way and create surprisingly realistic ambiance. LED candles with flickering effects look almost identical to real flames. For aromatherapy lovers, essential oil diffusers that plug into USB ports are cruise-friendly and won't set off any alarms. Here's something interesting, though. Some cruise lines allow pre-lit candles in glass containers for religious purposes, but you need to declare these at security and follow specific storage rules. When in doubt, leave the flames at home and pack the electronic alternatives. Number 5. Coffee makers and kettles. Your morning coffee routine is about to get disrupted. Personal coffee makers, electric kettles, and hot plates are banned because they draw too much power and can overload cabin electrical systems. Ships have their own power limitations, and your cabin's electrical setup isn't designed for high wattage appliances. But don't panic, coffee addicts. Most ships have 24-hour room service that includes coffee delivery. Many cabins also come with basic coffee makers already installed. If you're particular about your coffee, pack instant coffee, or those single-serve coffee bags that work with hot water from the bathroom sink. The exception is small travel steamers under a certain wattage, usually around 1,200 watts or less. These are sometimes allowed, but again, check your specific cruise line's policies. The key is understanding that it's about power consumption, not just the appliance type. Number 6, weapons and self-defense items. This one seems obvious, but you'd be amazed what people try to bring. Pocket knives, pepper spray, tasers, brass knuckles, and even decorative swords all get confiscated. The definition of weapons is broader than you might think, too. Self-defense keychains, tactical pens, and even nail clippers over a certain length can trigger security concerns. Some cruise lines are so strict, they'll confiscate corkscrews and bottle openers if they're attached to multi-tools. The logic is simple. Anything that could potentially be used as a weapon gets the boot. What surprises most people is that items like scissors and razors are usually fine if they're in your checked luggage. But carry-on restrictions mirror airport security. That fancy Swiss Army knife you've carried for years? Leave it at home or pack it in your main suitcase that goes to your cabin. The real kicker is decorative items. That ornamental letter opener or replica sword you bought as a souvenir from your last trip could get confiscated even if it's completely dull. Security doesn't have time to determine if something is functional or decorative, so they err on the side of caution. Number 7, alcohol in carry-on bags. Here's where almost everyone gets caught. You can bring alcohol on a cruise, but the rules are incredibly specific and most people get them wrong. Wine and champagne are usually allowed, but only in checked luggage and only a certain number of bottles per cabin. Hard liquor is typically banned entirely, and beer policies vary wildly between cruise lines. The mistake happens when people try to sneak alcohol in carry-on bags or disguise it in other containers. Security has seen every trick in the book. Those water bottles filled with vodka, they'll spot them instantly. The mouthwash bottles with clear liquid that doesn't look quite right? Busted. Food coloring and rum to make it look like iced tea? Nice try. What makes this worse is that getting caught doesn't just mean losing your alcohol. Some cruise lines will hold confiscated alcohol until the end of your cruise, while others dispose of it immediately. A few even charge you a corkage fee if you want to drink your own wine in their restaurants. The smart move is to research your specific cruise line's alcohol policy and follow it exactly. Royal Caribbean allows wine and champagne, but limits quantities. Norwegian has different rules than Carnival. Some luxury lines are more lenient, while others are stricter than airlines. Number 8, large quantities of medication. This one catches people off guard because medication seems obviously necessary. The issue isn't bringing medicine, it's bringing suspicious quantities without proper documentation. Security gets nervous when they see bottles and bottles of pills, especially if they're not in original pharmacy containers. Pain medications, sleep aids, and anxiety medications get extra scrutiny. If you're bringing more than a typical vacation supply, you need documentation from your doctor. Some cruise lines require prescriptions to be in original bottles with your name and dosage information clearly visible. International cruises add another layer of complexity. Some medications that are legal in the United States are controlled substances in other countries. That Adderall prescription could cause serious problems in certain ports. Research isn't just smart, it's essential. The solution is preparation. Keep medications in original containers, bring copies of prescriptions, and pack a letter from your doctor if you're carrying large quantities. For controlled substances, some cruise lines recommend checking with the medical center once you board. Number 9, homemade food and snacks. Your grandmother's famous cookies might be delicious, but they're not making it past cruise security. Homemade food items are banned because there's no way to verify ingredients, preparation methods, or food safety standards. This includes baked goods, preserved meats, and even homemade candy. The restriction extends to some store-bought items too. Fresh fruits and vegetables are usually prohibited, especially on international cruises because of agricultural restrictions. That bag of apples you packed for healthy snacking could get tossed along with any homemade trail mix. Packaged, sealed snacks from recognizable manufacturers are typically fine. Think granola bars in original packaging, sealed nuts, and commercially produced crackers. The key is original packaging that clearly shows ingredients and manufacturing information. Some people try to get around this by repackaging store-bought items in smaller containers. Bad idea. Security wants to see original labels and expiration dates. That unmarked bag of crackers you transferred from a box looks suspicious and will likely get confiscated. Number 10, prohibited electronics and batteries. This final category is where things get really tricky because the rules seem to change constantly. Hoverboards and e-cigarettes are obvious no-goes, but the restrictions go deeper. Certain types of batteries, particularly lithium batteries over specific watt hours, can get confiscated. Drones are banned on most cruise lines, not just because of safety concerns, but because of privacy issues and port restrictions. That expensive camera drone you wanted to use for aerial vacation shots, it's staying on land. Some ships won't even let you bring drone accessories like extra batteries or controllers. Battery packs and portable chargers have their own rules. Most are fine, but units over 100 watt hours often require special approval. The problem is that most people don't know their battery pack's watt-hour rating. When security can't verify the specifications, they confiscate first and ask questions later. Here's what makes this category particularly frustrating. The technology changes faster than the rules. That new gadget you bought might fall into a gray area that security interprets as prohibited. When in doubt, contact your cruise line directly with specific model numbers and specifications. There you have it. 10 items that could derail your cruise before you even step foot on the ship. From surge protectors to homemade cookies, these aren't just random rules designed to annoy you. They're safety protocols that protect thousands of passengers floating together in the middle of the ocean. The bottom line is this: cruise security isn't airport security. They're stricter, more thorough, and they've seen every trick passengers try to pull. That innocent power strip or favorite kitchen knife isn't worth the embarrassment of getting stopped at security or the frustration of watching your belongings get tossed in the trash. Smart cruisers do their homework. They check their specific cruise line's prohibited items list, they pack alternatives instead of banned items, and they arrive at the terminal prepared. Because here's the truth nobody wants to admit. Getting something confiscated isn't just about losing an item. It's about the delays, the stress, and the rocky start to what should be the vacation of a lifetime. So before you zip up that suitcase, take 5 minutes to double-check what you're packing. Your future self will thank you when you breeze through security while other passengers are arguing with guards about their confiscated belongings. Now you know the rules. It's time to pack like a pro and sail away stress-free.